What if the answer to surviving the chaos of entrepreneurship wasn't in another strategy, another hustle, or another motivational video, but in a philosophy born over 2,000 years ago? What if I told you that some of the most powerful CEOs, athletes, and leaders today quietly follow the teachings of men who lived before electricity even existed? This is not hype. This is not a hack. This is Stoicism, and once you understand it, you'll start to see your entire entrepreneurial journey through a new lens. One that gives you control, clarity, and calm, even when everything around you is falling apart. Pushpin why this matters today. Being an entrepreneur in today's world feels like being in a constant storm. Deadlines, burnout, uncertainty, pressure to scale, pressure to succeed. There's always another fire to put out, and never enough time, energy, or peace of mind. You wake up anxious. You go to bed overthinking, and somewhere in between, you try to look like you have it all figured out. But here's the truth most won't say out loud. It's not the business that breaks you, it's your mind. And that's where Stoicism comes in. Because this isn't just ancient wisdom written in dusty scrolls. It's a toolkit for today. It teaches you how to master your emotions when your pitch fails, stay focused when you feel overwhelmed, make clear decisions in uncertain times, and most importantly, detach your identity from the outcomes you can't control. So let me ask you, are you constantly overwhelmed by the pressure of building your dream? Do you ever feel like you're drowning in expectations and losing yourself in the process? You're not alone. And more importantly, you're not broken, because everything you're feeling right now, Stoicism has already faced it, and it has answers. In this video, I'll show you exactly how you can apply Stoic principles to your daily entrepreneurial grind. Not as something extra to add to your to-do list, but as a mindset that quietly transforms the way you lead, build, and live. Stick with me till the end, because I'm going to share one Stoic habit that can completely rewire the way you handle pressure, starting today. Let's dive into it. Section 2. What is Stoicism and its core principles? Now, before we dive into how Stoicism can help entrepreneurs like you, let's answer a basic but important question. What is Stoicism? Stoicism is a practical philosophy that was born in ancient Greece around 300 BCE and later refined by the Romans. It wasn't created in ivory towers or monasteries. It was created in the streets, in war zones, in marketplaces, in real life. It was made for people dealing with chaos, hardship, failure, loss, and uncertainty. Sound familiar? Backhand index pointing right. The three most famous Stoics you need to know are Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who ruled during war, plague, and political betrayal, but still wrote Meditations, a private journal on staying calm and just. Seneca, a wealthy advisor to Emperor Nero, who taught that time is our most precious resource and we waste too much of it. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the greatest Stoic teachers, reminding us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Brain core principles of Stoicism, simplified for entrepreneurs. 1. Virtue is the highest good. To a Stoic, the goal isn't fame or money or success. It's virtue. Virtue means living with courage, wisdom, justice, and self-discipline. For an entrepreneur, this means having the courage to launch your idea even when you're afraid, using wisdom to pivot when the market shifts, practicing justice by treating your team and customers ethically, Having the discipline to keep going when no one's watching. Success is great, but who you become while chasing it, that's Stoicism. 2. Use reason over emotion. Stoicism doesn't say, don't feel. It says, don't let your feelings run the show. Entrepreneurs face rejections, setbacks, trolls, money pressure, and it's easy to react emotionally. But reacting out of fear, ego, or anger usually makes things worse. Stoicism teaches you to pause. Think clearly. Respond, don't react. When a deal falls through or someone criticizes your work, ask, is this in my control? What's the most rational next step? That calm response? That's Stoic power. 3. Control what you can. Let go of the rest. This is the core of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. As an entrepreneur, here's what you can't control. The economy, what people say, market trends, your competitors, algorithms. Here's what you can control. Your effort, your attitude, your decisions, how you respond. When you truly embrace this principle, you stop wasting energy on things you can't fix and start becoming insanely effective at the things you can. Puzzle piece real-life example. Let's say your startup just lost a major client. You're angry, stressed, blaming yourself. But a Stoic would stop and ask, what part of this is under my control? Maybe you can analyze why the client left, improve your service, communicate better next time. You can't force them to return, but you can get better. And that shift from emotion to action is what makes Stoicism such a powerful tool for modern entrepreneurs. Section 3. Practical Stoic strategies for entrepreneurs. So now that you understand the core principles of Stoicism, let's break down how you can apply them to your entrepreneurial journey. Right now, 1. Focus on what you can control. The power of mindset and ownership. One of the greatest gifts Stoicism offers is the clarity to focus only on the things you can control and to let go of everything else. As an entrepreneur, this is huge. There's so much in business that feels out of your hands. Market changes, client preferences, competition, economic downturns. But here's the thing, you can't control any of that. What you can control is your mindset, your attitude, your effort, the actions you take today. Actionable strategy, the power of ownership. Every time you face a challenge, ask yourself, what is within my control in this situation? Focus on that. Take responsibility for it and own it. For example, if your sales aren't where they need to be, instead of blaming the economy or competition, ask, what can I improve in my marketing? What new value can I bring to my clients? This mindset shift transforms your thinking from a victim mentality to an empowered, solution-driven mindset. 2. Embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth. Using failure as fuel for success. In the world of entrepreneurship, you're bound to face setbacks. Maybe your product launch fails. Maybe a key partnership falls apart. Maybe you go through months of doubt, wondering if you'll ever see success. But a Stoic doesn't view failure as something to avoid. They view it as an opportunity to grow. Actionable strategy. Reframe failure. Failure is not a verdict on your abilities. It's feedback. When things go wrong, Stoicism teaches you to ask, what is the lesson in this? What can I do differently next time? Take this example. Let's say you just lost a client because your service wasn't up to the mark. Instead of beating yourself up over it, a Stoic would reflect on what they could have done better. Was it the communication? Did the service fall short of their expectations? Was the timing off? Then, take those insights and use them as fuel to improve. In fact, embracing adversity can be your best growth tool. The more you learn from your failures, the better you become, and the closer you get to long-term success. 3. Cultivate resilience and emotional regulation. Building mental fortitude. Building a business requires not just strategy, but mental strength. Entrepreneurship will test you. It will make you question your choices. It will force you to face rejection, failure, and uncertainty at every turn. The key to pushing through these obstacles is resilience and emotional regulation, actionable strategy, daily mental conditioning. In Stoicism, the focus is on accepting what you cannot control and responding with clarity. But this doesn't happen overnight. It's a daily practice. To build your mental fortitude, practice daily reflection. In the morning, ask yourself, how can I act with virtue today? In the evening, review your actions. Where did I lose control? And what can I learn? Use challenges as a mental workout. When things go wrong, instead of spiraling into frustration or self-doubt, try this. Pause, breathe, think, respond with purpose. Think of a situation where your product gets a bad review. Instead of internalizing it, take a step back. Ask, what can I improve based on this feedback? How can I adjust my approach to serve my audience better? This emotional regulation helps you stay calm, focused, and productive under pressure. Real-life example, resilience in action. Let's say you just got a harsh rejection from an investor. They didn't believe in your vision. A lot of entrepreneurs would get discouraged, questioning their worth, or worse, giving up. But a Stoic would respond differently. They would say, this rejection doesn't define me. It's just one step in a much larger journey. What's important is how I use this feedback to improve and move forward. Instead of shrinking, they would rise, stronger, smarter, and more determined. Recap. Control what you can. Focus on mindset, action, and ownership. Embrace adversity. Use failure as a learning tool. Build resilience. Respond with emotional regulation and calm. By implementing these Stoic strategies, you'll not only survive the entrepreneurial journey, you'll thrive. Before we dive deeper into how you can make Stoicism a daily practice in your entrepreneurial life, I want to take a quick moment to ask, if you're finding this content valuable so far, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to continue bringing you high-impact videos to level up your journey. Also, if you're serious about applying Stoicism to overcome entrepreneurial burnout, stay tuned till the end, because I've got a game-changing Stoic practice that you won't want to miss. It's going to shift the way you approach not just your business, but your life. Now, let's jump back into the Stoic strategies that'll transform your mindset. Section 4. Stoicism in action. Real-life examples. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Stoicism sounds great in theory, but how does it actually play out in the real world? Well, let me share with you some powerful success stories of entrepreneurs who have embraced Stoic principles, and how these ancient teachings help them overcome challenges and achieve massive success. 1. Tim Ferriss, The Power of Focus and Control. One of the most well-known entrepreneurs and authors, Tim Ferriss, is a modern example of someone who draws heavily from Stoic philosophy. In his best-selling book, The 4-Hour Workweek, Ferriss talks about the importance of focusing on what you can control, your time and energy, and letting go of everything else. He uses the Stoic principle of differentiating between what's in your control and what's not to avoid overwhelm. For Ferriss, this meant saying no to distractions and tasks that didn't align with his core goals, using deliberate practice to hone his skills instead of chasing every opportunity, learning to embrace discomfort, something Stoics are big on, by testing his limits and pursuing challenges that pushed him out of his comfort zone. Actionable takeaway: as an entrepreneur, you can start by simplifying your life, cutting out the distractions and focusing on the vital few tasks that will move your business forward. Ask yourself, what's within my control? What do I need to let go of? 2. Ryan Holiday, turning obstacles into opportunities. Another entrepreneur who lives and breathes Stoicism is Ryan Holiday, the author of The Obstacle is the Way. Ryan didn't just write about Stoicism, he applied it. In his journey as a writer and media strategist, he faced countless rejections and roadblocks. But instead of letting them hold him back, he used the Stoic practice of embracing adversity as a fuel for growth. One major setback for Ryan was when he had a falling out with a major client and nearly lost everything. Instead of quitting, he used that moment to reflect on what was within his control and how he could turn the setback into a valuable lesson. In fact, his book The Obstacle is the Way was inspired by this exact experience. Ryan turned what most would call failure into the cornerstone of his success. Actionable takeaway: as an entrepreneur, whenever you face a roadblock, ask, how can this challenge make me stronger? What can I learn from this? When you see obstacles as opportunities for growth, you not only develop resilience, you unlock a whole new level of creativity and problem solving. 3. Jeff Bezos, emotional regulation under pressure. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, is another example of an entrepreneur who has embraced Stoicism, particularly in emotional regulation. Running a multi-billion-dollar company comes with immense pressure. Bezos, who's known for his calm demeanor and strategic thinking, has often credited Stoic philosophy for helping him make tough decisions under extreme pressure. In the early days of Amazon, when the company was struggling and investors were skeptical, Bezos faced incredible uncertainty. But instead of reacting emotionally, he relied on Stoic principles to stay grounded. One of his famous sayings is, "We are willing to be misunderstood for long periods of time." This mindset helped Bezos ignore short-term doubts and stay focused on his long-term vision for Amazon. Actionable takeaway: embrace emotional regulation as a key part of your entrepreneurial journey. When things get tough, ask, how can I stay calm and focus on the long-term goals, instead of getting swept up by emotions in the moment? By doing this, you'll be able to make better decisions, stay resilient, and avoid rash actions based on fear or frustration. 4. Sarah Blakely, building resilience and taking ownership. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, is a brilliant example of an entrepreneur who's used Stoic principles to overcome major hurdles. Blakely's journey wasn't easy. She started Spanx with just $5,000 and no real experience in the fashion industry. She faced rejection after rejection, and there were countless times she could have quit. But she didn't. Instead, she embraced the Stoic idea of amor fati, the love of fate, and turned every obstacle into a stepping stone. Sarah says, "Every rejection is just one step closer to success." She didn't let setbacks stop her. She took full responsibility for her success and failure and used it as fuel to build a global brand. Actionable takeaway. If you're facing constant rejections or obstacles, remember this. Resilience is built through adversity. Instead of blaming circumstances or others, take ownership of your journey. Reflect on what you can improve, and use each setback as a lesson that gets you closer to your goal. Key takeaways for entrepreneurs applying Stoicism. Focus on what you can control. From Tim Ferriss' example, simplify your life and business by focusing on what truly matters: your actions, mindset, and priorities. Embrace failure as a tool for growth. Like Ryan Holiday, look at obstacles as stepping stones. Learn from every rejection and setback. Regulate your emotions under pressure. Take a page from Jeff Bezos. Stay calm and rational even when things get chaotic. Build resilience and take ownership. As Sarah Blakely shows, turn adversity into your advantage, and never stop taking full responsibility for your success and growth. With these real-life examples, Stoicism isn't just an abstract philosophy. It's a living, breathing tool that successful entrepreneurs use every day. So, to recap, Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life, a mindset that can transform the way you approach entrepreneurship, challenges, and success. Key takeaways from this video. Focus on what you can control. Remember, as an entrepreneur, the only thing you truly have control over is your mindset and actions. Let go of what you can't control and channel your energy into what you can improve today. Embrace adversity as opportunity. When challenges arise, and they will, shift your perspective. Failure is not the end. It's an opportunity for growth. Every setback is just a lesson that brings you closer to your goal. Cultivate emotional regulation and resilience. Entrepreneurship can be a roller coaster of emotions. Stay calm, focused, and grounded, just like Jeff Bezos. In the face of stress, remember that emotions are temporary, but your response to them shapes your path. Take ownership. Just as Sarah Blakely and Ryan Holiday did, take full responsibility for your journey. Use each rejection, failure, and obstacle as fuel for success. Own your path, your mistakes, and your growth. Now, I challenge you. Implement these Stoic strategies in your daily life. Start small. Begin with asking yourself, what can I control today? How can I turn this challenge into an opportunity for growth? And if you've already started applying Stoicism in your entrepreneurial journey, I'd love to hear about your experiences. Drop a comment below and share how these principles have impacted your business. Let's learn from each other. Remember, Stoicism isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about mastering your emotions so that you can respond with wisdom, courage, and clarity. It's a tool that will make you a better, more resilient entrepreneur and a better version of yourself. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit from these powerful principles. I'm excited to hear how Stoicism changes the way you approach your business and life. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Now, before I let you go, I've got one thing to ask from you. I don't know how, but there has to be at least 100 comments, 100 likes, and 100 views on this video. Why? Because if this content has added even a single bit of value to your life, then I believe we should celebrate that together. And hey, let's make it official. 100 subscribers too, to kick things off. If you're getting value from this content, hit that like button. Drop a comment to let me know what you think. And subscribe so you don't miss out on more content like this. Let's make this a community of growth. And let's see how far we can take this. Together, we can make Stoic principles work for us in the modern world. One step at a time.